What happens when the absolute Batman takes on the Klan? When Bruce was a kid, a terrorist attack happened in Gotham. He asked his father why people do this. His father told him that he doesn't know why they do that, but he knows that he's good at teaching, and he's gonna teach the world to be a better place. He brings Bruce in close and asks him what's he going to do. 20 years later, a priest is helping out in an encampment when Bruce drives by. He goes to a pawn shop and buys rubber bullets, batons, and non-lethal weapons when he hears screaming from outside. He runs outside and sees an immigrant family being beaten by a couple racists wearing pig masks. Bruce instantly jumps into action and punches one of the racists in the mouth, but the pawn shop owner comes behind him and hits him over the head with a wrench. The racists start stomping on him before the priest from across the street jumps on top of Bruce, shielding him from their attacks. He begs the men to leave Bruce alone and they hop on their motorcycles and drive away. Bruce wakes up in the priest's cabin. He finds a picture of the priest protesting and asks him about it. The priest said he was chasing peace and made some good friends while doing it. Bruce walks outside and sees his car got torched by the racists. He grabs a bag from the back and the priest asks him what's he gonna do with it. Bruce just says sometimes peace isn't an option. Meanwhile, the encampment is being surrounded by the racists from before when a cop car pulls up. The cops tell them they can't let them do this before breaking into laughter and putting their mask on. Then the leader points his bat at the encampment and tells them it's time to clean up their town. They rush the encampment and start beating up the residents. The leader raises his arm and starts to scream white power, but out of nowhere, Batman shows up and breaks his arm. Another member tries to run up behind him, so Batman kicks his jaw into his skull. A cop screams to shoot him, so Batman picks him up and slams his head into the ground. Another guy grabs a child and says if Batman comes any closer, he'll shoot, but Batman charges him and knees him into oblivion. He then goes back over to the leader and lays it on him, but after a couple blows, the priest jumps on him. He tells Batman that this isn't the way, but Batman just screams back that this is his way. The racists flee back to their base. They grab guns and barricade themselves inside. Meanwhile, Batman finds a giant truck and drives into the base, killing most of the racists. He then gets out of the dump truck and starts swinging a hammer at all the survivors. He then finds a flamethrower and lights everyone he sees on fire. The priest comes up behind him and starts patching people up. Batman asks why, and the priest tells him he doesn't know how to make this better, but he knows what Batman just did made it worse. We go back to when Bruce was a kid. His dad shows him a picture of when he was protesting. It was the same picture the priest had in his cabin. The comic ends with Batman covered in blood and thinking about what his dad would say right now.